Good evening, everybody. Welcome to First Responder Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown High School basketball live here on the SHN Sports Network. I'm Wally Harmon alongside my wife that makes it all happen, Jerry Ann Harmon. We're live here at Connally High School in Austin, Texas. Connally High School, one of the Pflugerville ISD schools in District 23 for tonight's action between your Georgetown Eagles and the Connally Cougars. Georgetown comes in 18-8 overall, 3-1 in district play on a 7-game winning streak to take on the Connally Cougars, who are 18-9 on the year and 2-2 in district play. They lost their last district ball game against Weiss the other night in I'm assured that was a nice heated contest as some of the Connally Cougars from last year transferred over to Weiss. I knew that had been a point of contention. It was talked about in an interview with with the win over Hendrickson by some of the Connally players. And so that was a good one. And the game came down to the wire. It was 48-45 as Weiss won that one here at Connally High School. In other action on the 10th on Friday night, Georgetown beat Pflugerville 60-50 over at Pflugerville, and Eastview took care of Hendrickson to stay at the top of the district undefeated with a 64-42 win. So Eastview, the lone first-place team in District 23 at 4-0. Right behind them, Georgetown sits alone at second place at 3-1. Hendrickson at 3-2 in third place. Connally at fourth at 2-2. Pflugerville at 2-3. Weiss at 1-3, and Elgin at 0-4. The games tonight in District 23 action, Pflugerville has the night off. Georgetown on the road here at Connally. Weiss in Georgetown to take on Eastview, and Hendrickson on the road to take on the Elgin Wildcats. Head-to-head between these two schools, they're tied at 8 apiece. 8 wins and 8 losses between these two teams as they have split the series. But Georgetown on a 2-game winning streak over Connally as they took both games last year in district play. Georgetown comes into the ball game averaging 55 points a game. In district, averaging 59.8 points a game. Defensively, Georgetown allowing 49.8 points on the season, but it's tightened up, only allowing 48.5 in the district games, 4 ball games. On the road, Georgetown is 3-3 on the year. They'd love to come in and steal another road win in district and advance that one to above 500. But they take on a Connally Cougar team who is 5-3 at home. And they come in averaging 53 points per game on the season in district, and their 4 games averaging 50 points. Defensively, they've allowed 46.7 points per game on the season. In district, they've allowed a little bit more at 49.5. But they sit at 5-3 at home against a competition, and so it'll be fun to watch how that comes out tonight between these two teams. Let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, Holden Toomer will join us live here on the broadcast. You're listening to Georgetown Eagle Basketball. It's presented by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Basketball and the First Responder broadcast team. Stay with us. Eagle Basketball continues on in a moment. And we're back here live at Pflugerville Connally High School on the campus of Connally High School in Austin, Texas, just off North Lamar Boulevard for tonight's contest. And now Holden Toomer jumps on the mic with us. And Holden, I talked to Coach on Friday night after the win at Pflugerville. Any win in district is big and it's hard. Any win on the road in district is big and bigger because to steal one on a home floor is just not easy to do. A big win against Pflugerville to stay alone in second place for Georgetown at 3-1. Back-to-back nights now. Eagles go on the road to take on the Connally Cougars, who are surging. They're at 2-2. Both teams very similar at 18-8 and 18-9. But another opportunity for this Georgetown team to go in and steal another win on the road, especially here in this first rotation of district play.
Games are almost everything in basketball. You see a lot of the time you talk about the road environment in a football game, but in a basketball game, the fans are so much closer to the court. They can create direct influences on free throw shots, three-point shots, defense. So to be able, like you said, to win a game on the road is a massive challenge. They got a big-time W against Pflugerville and another tough test here against Connally, a very good squad at 18-9.
And Georgetown got some help on Friday night. It was fun to watch as you go back and check scores after Georgetown got done. The win by Weiss over Connally here at Connally on Friday night was huge because that put Connally in a 2-loss situation and gave Georgetown sole possession of second place in the district right behind Eastview. That one looms large. A big win here tonight for Georgetown if they can come in and get one on the road, knowing they go home on Friday night to take on Eastview at Georgetown in the first matchup of the season, and a tall task for this Georgetown Eagle team.
And like you just said, this is absolutely going to be a look-ahead spot. Anytime you get a 1v2 in a district matchup like that, it's even heightened more because that is a rivalry game, crosstown classic, and so you have to make sure that as a coach, these players are prepared to play the game tonight and not already thinking about that big game on Friday.
Speaking of thinking ahead and thinking about different things associated with this Georgetown team, our thoughts and our prayers go out to the family of Evan Mayhew. Evan lost his father, Justin Mayhew, this week, and that's why he hasn't been with us. And so our hearts go out to the Mayhew family. We pray for that family in this tough time, and we want them to know we are here for you. We love Evan and the Mayhew family, and we can't imagine what they're going through at the loss of Justin Mayhew, the father of Evan Mayhew. And so our thoughts and prayers go out to the Mayhew family. And we wish you nothing but the best in this tough time, and just know that the community is here to with open arms to surround you, to comfort you as best we can, and provide for you in this tough time. And as those details come out for the funeral for Justin, they will be out on social media for the team, on the team's Twitter. We'll retweet them out here at First Responder Broadcasting, but an opportunity to go out and support them coming up next week for the funeral of Justin Mayhew. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups. Eagle basketball returns in a moment. Back here live, Connally High School, as the teams break down the warm-ups, get ready for the start of the ball game. But first, we'll get ready for the national anthem as we'll go to the PA announcer here in just a minute and bring you tonight's national anthem.
To John D. Connally High School for tonight's basketball game between the Georgetown Eagles and your Connally Cougars. Ladies and gentlemen, this time please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. tonight's introductions. First start tonight for the Eagles. The 6-foot senior guard, number 2, Hugh Presley. The 6-foot junior guard, number 11, Nick Hansen. A 6'3" senior wing, number 23, Devin Sedgwick. A 6'5" senior wing, number 25, Ryan Dupree. And a 6'3" senior wing, number 33, Lucas Lyle. The Eagles are coached by head coach David Canfield and assistant coaches Peter Stackman, Kyle Gandy, and Robert Hayes. And now for your Connally Cougars! A 6'4" senior forward, number 0, Christian Sanders. A 6'2" junior forward, number 1, Anthony Fagans. A 5'9" senior guard, number 3, Michael Scruggs. A 5'10" senior guard, number 4, Joshua Dope. And a 6'2" senior forward, number 22, CJ Anderson. The Cougars head coach is John.
So the starting lineups for your Georgetown Eagles: Q Presley, Nick Hansen, Davin Sedgwick, Ryan Dupre, and Lucas Lyle, while Evan Mayhew is out and away from the team. For the Connally Cougars, Christian Sanders, Anthony Fagans, Michael Scruggs, Joshua Doe, and C.J. Anderson, the starting 5 tonight for the Connally Cougars. And so Georgetown in the road black uniforms, EFND and capital block print lettering atop the gray numerals on the front of the black jerseys. And gray numerals on the front and back of the black jerseys, black shorts for your Eagles. JBC in capital block print lettering across the front, arched over the green letters on the white jerseys for the Connally Cougars. And it'll be Christian Sanders, the 6'4" senior, to jump it off against Ryan Dupre for Georgetown. Georgetown going left to right here to start out the ball game. The ball tipped back, and it'll be into the hands of Davin Sedgwick, who avoids contact with Nick Hansen. He'll give it off to Q Presley, and Georgetown has the ball to start the ball game. Hansen and Q play catch outside. Now Q left wing into the hands of Dupre. He'll look to drive, does. Left elbow. Cross-court pass, right baseline jumper by Q Presley, and it's a three-pointer to start it off. Q Presley starts hot, and Georgetown the 3-0 lead.
Q's been their offensive flamethrower all season long, and it's always great to see that offensive weapon hit their first shot.
Scruggs gives it off to Fagans. Right elbow jumper extended, high arcing off the back iron, no good. Rebound tipped by Sanders, but into the hands of Q Presley, and Georgetown has it with 7:15 remaining here in the first quarter and a 3-0 lead. Q will go left wing, give it off to Dupre. He'll dribble there, back to Q Presley, left baseline 3, fires the opposite side, can't get it to go. Backside rebound for Scruggs for the Panthers. Ahead to Sanders, behind the back dribble, free throw line, looks to drive, does, down to the corner to a cutting Fagans. Left elbow jumper up, no good. Rebound Lucas Lyle for Georgetown. Quickly ahead to Presley, left side to Hansen, wide open 3, good! Nick Hansen gets the assist from Q Presley, and back-to-back threes gives Georgetown the 6-0 lead.
A great bounce pass for the assist, cross the full court, and then in rhythm catch-and-shoot jumper is pure.
Nick Hansen with his first bucket and a 6-0 lead for Georgetown. 6.5 minutes remaining. Up top, Anderson, the ball picked by Lucas Lyle. Here come the Eagles. Ahead to Davin Sedgwick. He'll drive in and can't get it to go, but Hansen follows, but the rebound into the hands of Anderson. And here come the Cougars. Fagans has it across the timeline. Up top, Scruggs will start it off with 6:15 remaining and set the offense for the Cougars. Right side into the hands of Sanders. Sanders looks there, looking for movement. Tries to get it up top, and does, to Joshua Doe. Doe resets the offense with 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. 6-0 lead for Georgetown. Left side in the hand of Sanders. Sanders up top, Anderson moving around. Fagans on the right wing. Looks to dribble drive, cut off by Dupre. Spin, doubled up, loses it into the corner. He'll get it back, kick it in near side. Sanders out to Doe. Left wing 3 from Joshua Doe is up, no good. Backside rebound taken down by Ryan Dupre.
Some great defense here early from the Eagles.
Dupre looks to drive on Fagans, does. Right block will kick it out. Hansen wide open, left wing three. High arcing, too strong, off the back iron. Rebound tipped out, and Scruggs comes away with it for the Cougars. Scruggs across the timeline, right wing, down to the corner, cut off there. Out to Doe, right wing, into the right elbow, spins. He's doubled up, will slow it down and reset the offense with 5:15 remaining. Great defense by Georgetown to start out early. Doe out near midcourt, and he'll go right wing. Fagans has it there. Dupre picks him up, gives it off to Scruggs in the corner. Hansen will follow him up towards the top of the key and a reset with 5:04 remaining. Now Scruggs looks to drive, and they're going to call a timeout. Coach John Howie doesn't like what he's seen so far early. And with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Georgetown leads at 6-0, and Coach John Howie takes his first timeout. We'll keep it here. But what a quick 30-second timeout. The defense for Georgetown all over this Cougar offense.
Like you just said, this Georgetown Eagles defense is locked in currently. Every time that Connolly's trying to make a drive, they're doubling. And so they're forcing them to back out because the open man is not within the ball carrier's line of sight. And so they're constantly having to reset the offense. And that timeout is just trying to set an offensive rhythm, set a play up so that they can get on the board, get comfortable with the flow of the game, and try to cool off this Eagles defense right now, which is red hot. You don't normally say that about a defensive unit, but right now the Eagles are locked in.
And that's the battle to watch. Offense, defense for Georgetown one-on-one, if you look at it, is going to be Anthony Fagans, the 6'3 junior, against the 6'6 Ryan Dupre. Both of them familiar with each other's game, playing in the AAU, but both talented ball handlers and scorers. That will be a fun matchup tonight. So Anderson has it left wing. Goes up top to Doe, fakes the shot to the free throw line, in, a little floater up, can't get it to go. Anderson the rebound, but he's doubled up, has to get rid of it, and Hansen with the steal, kicks it ahead. Here comes Q Presley, he'll go up, dunk it home! Oh, baby! Q Presley knocks down the dunk, and Georgetown has the 8-0 lead.
Transition defense to offense turns into big-time points at the high school level. Perfectly executed there.
Into the corner, Anderson will dribble up top. Scruggs fakes the three, looks to drive to the free throw line, forces a jumper, too strong. Backside rebound, Anderson gets it, will kick it out to Fagans, right wing, NBA three-pointer, high arcing, and nothing but net. There is Anthony Fagans getting on track, and that's why he averages 15.8 points a game. He knocks down the first shot, and it's 8-3 for Georgetown. 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, and Dupre going to draw a foul on Christian Sanders. That'll be his first, team first. And the Eagles will inbound on the baseline. First substitution here for the Cougars will be number 24. That's the 6'7 freshman. That is not a 6'7 freshman, maybe 5'7 freshman. Samuel Ward checks in. Inbound to Sedgwick, down low to Lyle. The ball stripped free, but a foul whistled on the floor on the Cougars, and that's going to be on Joshua Doe. That will be his first, team second.
It's a well-executed play to quickly give an inside look and force a smaller guard to kind of hack that way to prevent the layup.
Georgetown inbounds. Lyle loses it, but Dupre gets it left elbow. He'll back it out and reset for Georgetown. 8-3, Georgetown leads it. Q Presley gets the pass over on the right wing, cut off by Ward. Q drives in, fakes, kicks it baseline to Hansen. Into a cutting Lucas Lyle, the layup there. What a play, nice pass from Hansen to Lyle. And Lucas gets his first two, and the lead back to 7 now, 10-3 with 3:35 remaining. Down into Scruggs, he'll kick it out. Doe right wing three, he'll fire it, he knocks it down. So Joshua Doe, the second leading scorer for the Cougars, knocks down his first three, and it's down to 4-point lead now for Georgetown, 10-6 with 3:15 remaining.
That timeout that was Connally called clearly has settled them down into the rhythm of the game. They've knocked 2 threes down. They are on the board, and we've got a ball game.
Dupre drives baseline, spins, he's held, no call. He'll force it up and get it to go. He was being held the whole time by Sanders, but no call, and Dupre gets his first two. And the lead back to 6 now, 12-6 for Georgetown. A runner forced up there by Scruggs. He'll draw the foul. The shot's no good. They're going to call it on Nick Hansen. That'll be Nick's first, team first, and that'll send Scruggs to the free throw line for the first time in the ball game. 2:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Subs set to check in for both teams. As Michael Scruggs knocks down the first of 2 free throws. Scruggs' first point of the ball game. Cooper Ray checks in for the first time in a few weeks. He was injured in the Fredericksburg tournament, just getting cleared out of the concussion protocol. He checks in along with Jaheim Dowd and Adrian Brown. Second free throw for Scruggs is good. And it makes it a 4-point ball game again, 12-8. as Pflugerville Connally will check in number 2, Davian Dockery. Inbound into the hands of Brown. Adrian will push it up for Georgetown with Dockery giving chase. Brown stops right wing up top to Dupre. He'll look to drive on Anderson, does all the way. Right block runner, can't get it to go, but draws the foul. And that'll send Dupre to the free throw line with 2:45 remaining. The foul whistled, I believe, on number 22, C.J. Anderson.
And in this first quarter, Dupre's really taken himself as the physical tone setter for this Eagles offense. He's driven multiple times, drawn some fouls. This time, get some free throw opportunities. Look for that to continue as he is the Eagles' big man with Evan Mayhew out of the game.
Dupre knocks down the free throw. 13-8 the score now. Georgetown by 5. 2:46 remaining here in the ball game, or in the first quarter. And Dupre ready. Second free throw on the way. Knocks this one down as well. Dupre now with 4 in the ball game. And the Eagle lead back to 6, 14-8. Doe will bring it across the timeline for the Cougars. Left wing to Fagans. Fagans looks, he'll hand it off to Dockery, off a high screen. Dribbles up top, now backs it out. Reset, right wing to Doe. Doe up top, Fagans, quick set, fire 3. It's off the mark, no good, high rebound. Outside, taken by Anderson. He'll kick it out. Fagans will drive in and lay it up. Nice pass there. Fagans now with 5 in the ball game. And the lead down to 4, 14-10. Dupre across the timeline. And with Doe with his elbow in his waist, ends up stepping on the near side stripe, and that'll be a turnover on Georgetown. Back over to the Cougars.
Connolly's really found offensive rhythm with some cutters and some well-placed passes right at the cup, and then executing on the layups to get some easy points.
Fagans up top, Ward right wing into the hands of Dockery. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Dockery will dribble up top, give it off to Ward. Left wing, Fagans has it fake. 18-foot jumper, it's off the mark. Long rebound, taken down by Q Presley for Georgetown. But Dockery surprises him and runs over and ties him up as he had his back turned. And the jump ball will give it right back to the Cougars on alternating possession with 1:52 remaining.
You see that a lot in the Pelicans. Jose Alvarado loves to sit in the corner, let the offense kind of go and forget about him. Then he jumps the ball. That time well executed by Connally to get the jump ball. Arrow goes to them, and they get the possession.
Inbound to Ward, up to Doe on the right wing. Back to Fagans in the corner. He'll drive into the lane. The one-legged runner and a floater knocked down by Fagans. He now has 7. And the lead down to 2 for Georgetown, 14-12. 1:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Q Presley doubled up, skip pass over to Brown, right wing. He'll drive in, drop it low to Cooper Ray. He'll spin in, drop it to Dowd. Out to Brown, right baseline 3 on the way, off the mark. Cooper Ray gets the rebound. The putback, no good. Rebound to Anderson. And here come the Cougars.
Some good passes there by Georgetown, but just did not finish the open three-point shot.
Doe left elbow jumper up, knocks it down. Joshua Doe now with 5, and the ball game is tied. 14-14 with 1:05 remaining first quarter. Presley to the left wing, covered tightly by Dockery. Spins out of it, the ball tipped free by Dockery, out of bounds. And Georgetown will inbound on the baseline with 1 minute exactly left here in the first quarter. Lucas Lau will check back in for Georgetown in place of Cooper Ray.
It seems to me like the Eagles needed to collectively take a deep breath. I think they're letting the energy kind of get to them a little bit, playing too fast. They need to breathe, cool themselves, get in their offensive set, and execute at a high level.
Brown gets the inbound up top to Dupre, right wing to Lyle. Drives the baseline, skip it out. Dowd, left baseline 3, up, in and out, no good. Rebound C.J. Anderson, and here come the Cougars. Doe has it across the timeline, dribbles left wing. 45 seconds remaining, he'll drive the baseline. Spins in, tries to get it to Fagan, still by Dupre. Kicks it ahead to Jaheim Dowd on the breakaway, and he'll lay it up and in. Jaheim Dowd with his first 2 of the ball game, and Georgetown has the 16-14 lead.
Defense to offense, one of the keys in every basketball game at every level, because transition points are the easiest way to score. That's what you have to execute. They did that there, and the Eagles retake the lead.
Ward over to Fagans, right wing. Down low to a cutter into C.J. Anderson, and he knocks it down. Nice pass from Fagans. And the Cougars tie it back up with 10 seconds remaining as Q Presley crosses the timeline near side. 7 seconds on the clock. He looks for a high screen. Shake and bake. He'll drive in. Runner up by Q Presley is good. And that'll end the first quarter. Georgetown takes the lead 18-16 right at the buzzer thanks to the nice take and bucket by Q Presley. First quarter's in the books. Georgetown leads it by 2. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. take the lead at the end of the first quarter. 18-16, and they have the ball to start the second quarter. Q Presley has it. Gets it to Dupre. Back to Presley, and the alley-oop layup, no good. Comes off the rim, and the Cougars have the rebound. Dockery has it across the timeline. He'll slow things down. 7:40 remaining, first half. Left wing to Fagan, stolen by Jaheim Dowd. He'll kick it over to Q Presley. He'll drive in. This runner is up and good. Q Presley now with 9 in the ball game, and Georgetown extends the lead to 4 now, 20-16. And there's another turnover on the Cougars. Dockery trying to handle against Jaheim Dowd. The athleticism of Jaheim Dowd plays havoc on offensive ball handlers. And 2 quick turnovers by Dockery, and now he'll come out as Scruggs back in for the Cougars.
He plays DB on the football field, so he's very used to staying in front of the offensive guys and making life difficult. A couple quick steals, a transition bucket. This time he just gets a turnover. Already seeing the high-level impact of Jaheim Dowd.
Q Presley up top. He'll go give it off to Adrian Brown. Fakes the 3. Now he'll take the 3 straight on. It's up and good. Adrian Brown knocks it down. His first points of the ball game. And that extends the lead out to 7 for Georgetown with 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. 23-16. Doe will push Fagans through. Up top, Scruggs moving around. Ward on the right wing. Looks for the cutter. Up top to Anderson. He'll kick it out. Scruggs left wing 3. It's off to the right. Barely chips the paint. Dupre will throw it out. Q Presley will run it down in the corner. He'll slow things down for Georgetown as he picks it up. Goes down to Lyle on the baseline. Lyle will spin in the lane. He'll go up strong. Off the glass and wide. Lucas Lyle takes it to the hoop, draws the foul, and gets the and one with 6:35 remaining in the first half. Lyle now has 4, a chance to make it 5. That'll be a foul on C.J. Anderson. That will be his second personal foul, first team foul on the Cougars, and a chance to make it a 10-point lead if Lucas can knock it down.
A lot of these kids make these shots look really easy. That is tough to do. Hitting inside through contact. He misses the free throw, but still, while you're moving, getting contacted, to have the control to get it up and hit the shot is big time.
The shake and bake by Doe, but the three-pointer is no good. Rebound Dupre, and here comes Georgetown ahead to Lyle, right wing. He'll drive to the baseline, drop it down to Dowd, but stolen by Scruggs. On the errant pass, Scruggs will push it up for the Cougars to the right wing with 6:10 remaining. Back it out in the corner thanks to the defense there by Q Presley. Scruggs up top to Fagans. The Cougars reset. Fagans looks to drive on Hanson. Stop. Free throw line jumper. Forced it up. No good, but the rebound by Anderson. Out to Doe. Wide open left wing 3 is good. Can't leave him open. He'll knock it down. He now has 8. And the lead down to 6 now, 25-19.
The best way to get open three-pointers is offensive boards. When the defense is crashing, you always are going to have an open guy, and that time Connally makes him pay.
Hanson has it right wing, backs it out to Dupre. He'll quick fire a right wing 3. It's up, long, no good. Rebound Anderson for the Cougars. Off the Doe, and he'll push it across the timeline. 5:30 remaining first half. Doe on the right wing. Drive in. Dupre tries to double him up. The pass in low to Ward. He'll kick it out in the corner. No one's there. Turnover on the Cougars. Great defense here by Georgetown, and force another turnover, and the subs back in now as for the first time the junior Trinity Littlejohn checks in, number 11 for the Cougars. Back on the court along with, he came back in with number 0, Christian Sanders for the Eagles. Isaiah Capers checks in for the first time along with Davin Sedgwick back on the floor. Hanson right wing, gives it up top to Q Presley. He'll go over to Sedgwick, now to Dupre on the left wing. Dupre cutting to Sedgwick. He'll lay it up and get it in. Davin Sedgwick on a beautiful assist from Ryan Dupre. Gets his first 2 of the ball game.
And that was all set up by the screen at the high three-point line to allow Sedgwick to cut to the cup unopposed. And then the perfectly placed alley-oop for the lay.
Littlejohn gives it off. Fagans to the right elbow. Picks up the dribble, gives it off to Doe, sets the screen. He'll pull up, 19-footer. It's up, off the rim. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Ryan Dupre. He's knocked to the floor, and there's the foul call. That one will probably be on Christian Sanders, I believe it is. I can't see who's. He keeps running sideways. Number 0, Christian Sanders. That'll be his second personal, and the second team foul on the Cougars here in the second quarter. 27-19, Georgetown by 8, 4:37 remaining in the first half. Q Presley will walk it up for Georgetown as he looks over to get this sign. And the call from Coach David Canfield. He'll cross the timeline, moves to the left wing, gives it off to Dupre. Dupre dribbles back to the right side, gives it off to Sedgwick, down to Hanson on the baseline. He'll look to drive. He'll back it back out to the wing, skip over to Dupre, left wing. Covered by Ward. Dupre will spin into the lane. The runner by Dupre, left-handed. What a take by Ryan Dupre. Now 6 in the ball game, and the lead back now to 10, 29-19.
Dupre's been aggressive from the outset of this ball game. Another drive inside, a beautiful move to break the initial defender, and then a tough lay with the left hand.
Fagan's a right corner three off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Littlejohn, and they're going to call the foul there. I believe they called that one on Nick Hansen. If they did, that'll be his second personal. First team foul on Georgetown. And the Cougars will inbound with 3:55 remaining here in the half. They look down low at the cutter. Now we'll throw it up top, and Fagans will go get it for the Cougars. Right wing to Doe, off the screen. Doe into the lane. Push off. The runner up. Can't get it to go. And they're going to call the foul on Q Presley. That'll be his first. And that'll be called on the floor. Second team foul on Georgetown, so the Cougars will inbound with 3:48 remaining. Doe to inbound. Looks for the cutter. Can't get to him. Now throws it up top. Fagans on the right wing. Back to Doe. He'll quick fire another three. It's good. Joshua Doe now with 11 in the ball game. He's cut it back to a 7-point deficit for the Cougars. 29-22. Georgetown leads it. Q in the left corner. Pull up three. It's contested off the rim. Rebound Doe. Here come the Cougars. Around Capers to the right wing. Stop. Pop the 15-footer. It's up and good. Joshua Doe back-to-back buckets. And the lead quickly down to 5. The ball's knocked out of bounds off of Christian Sanders, so Georgetown will inbound with 3:18 remaining.
And that flurry right there was kind of all spurred by that huge shot at the far corner. It's a heavily contested three-pointer that kind of was totally out of place in the offense, and that created the transition take for Connally on the other side for an easy mid-range jumper. That time, tried to force a full-court pass. Lucky it was just knocked away, and they get the ball back, but they got to settle down back into their offense.
3:15 remaining. Dockery back in for the Cougars. Q Presley going to draw the foul on Fagans. That'll be his first, team third on the Cougars. But Joshua Doe has scored all 8 points here in the second quarter for the Cougars to keep this one at a 5-point deficit for Connally.
And that means if you're the Eagles defense, you have to key up on any kind of heat check shots that he might take.
Down low pass to Dupre from Hansen. How did he not get fouled? But the ball stripped free into the hands of the Cougars. Littlejohn over to the wing, doubled up, kicks it up top. Deep shot by Dockery. It's off the rim, no good, but chased down in the corner by Anderson. Up top, Littlejohn will back it out. 2:55 remaining first half. He'll push through to the left side. Up top to Sanders. Sanders right wing. Dockery up top into the hands of Anderson. Back to Sanders on the left wing. Tries to drive into the lane. Spin. Fall away jumper from the free throw line. No good. Isaiah Capers, a great block out and a good rebound for Georgetown. Gives it off to Hansen. Nick will push it across for the Eagles. 2:30 remaining. Hansen top of the key. Slows it down. Right wing to Presley. Q holds there. Looks for a cutter. He'll go left wing to Hansen. Quick fire three on the way. Off the rim. No good. Rebound by C.J. Anderson for the Cougars. He'll give it off to Sanders, who gives it off to Dockery and brings it across the timeline with 2:15 remaining. Dockery right wing to Littlejohn. Littlejohn will drive all the way on Sedgwick. The layup is good. Sedgwick did a good job of defense, not drawing the foul, but Littlejohn lays it up and in for his first 2 of the ball game.
Just like that, one possession game.
Exactly right. That's what I was about to say. Now down to a 3-point deficit for the Cougars. Kick ball there by Fagans. Out of bounds, so Georgetown will inbound with 1:50 remaining. Cooper Ray, Jaheim Dowd will check back in for Georgetown. Littlejohn, just the second Cougar to score here in the second quarter. 8 points by Joshua Doe, who's currently on the bench. Presley to inbound, gets it into Dupre, right wing. Covered by Sanders, looks low. He'll drive into the lane. Dupre takes it hard. He'll draw the foul as he'll go to the free throw line. Another hard take by Dupre.
And Dupre's got that size advantage over anyone the Cougars are throwing at him, and so he's able to create separation with the first step and then drive inside and then finish strong through the contact to draw the foul, make sure they don't hit him with a charge. It's created free throw opportunities for other players to make shots. He's really been the focal point of the offense in this first half.
Dupre's first free throw is good. He's 3 for 3 in the ball game. The lead back to 4, 30-26. Joshua Doe quickly off the bench. To get Christian Sanders out of the ball game, he has 3 personal fouls here in the first half. So a big foul there on Christian Sanders for the Cougars as he sits down with 1:43 remaining in the first half. Dupre back to the free throw line for his second go. This free throw on the way, rattles in and out and back in. And Dupre now with 8 in the ball game. The lead back to 5 for Georgetown, 31-26. Anderson on the left wing. His pass tipped right back to him. He'll reset. Dockery now to Joshua Doe out near midcourt with 1.5 minutes left here in the first half. Doe looks to go right wing and does to Fagans. Fagans holds there against Hansen. Dribbles up top. Good defense by the Eagles, keeping the pressure on the Cougars. Now Fagans around with the free throw line. Kick it out. Dockery left corner three. It's an air ball. Dowd comes away with the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Q Presley right side. He'll slow it down into the hands of Dupre. 1:05 remaining here in the first half. Georgetown leads by 5. As Q Presley dribbles out near midcourt. 1 minute remaining in the half. 1 minute. Presley to the top of the key. Looks to spin in the middle lane. The layup. Good. What a take there. Q Presley took Dockery all the way to the bank. And now he knocks down 11 points in the ballgame, and the Eagle lead up to 7. 33-26, 45 seconds remaining. Fagans on the left wing. Skip pass to Doe, right wing. Dowd quickly closes. Down to the corner, Doe goes. Pull-up jumper, and he'll knock it down. Joshua Doe. Now with 10 in the quarter, 15 in the half. The lead down to 5 with 30 seconds remaining. Here in the first half, Presley will bring it up slowly, and Georgetown will play for the final shot. Right wing, Dowd has it, knocked free, gets it back. Up top to Q Presley with 16 seconds on the clock. Right wing, Dowd back to Q, 12 seconds. Tries to go low to Cooper, knocked out of bounds. Georgetown will inbound with 10.2 seconds remaining. Up by 5, a chance to take the 7 or 8 point lead into the half.
And this might honestly be a more ideal scenario for the Eagles because now they can run an inbound play rather than just a setup against a defense that might be fluctuating.
Q Presley to the left elbow. Up top, Dupre, wide open look, fires a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken down by Anderson. He'll have a three-quarter court shot off the backboard, no good. And the first half comes to an end. 33-28, Georgetown leads it by 5 at the half. Eagle basketball brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting is sponsored by Mack Hike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and Mack Hike, Ford Lincoln of Georgetown. Enjoy the half. We'll be back with some first half stats. And the third quarter, Eagle basketball continues after this.
welcome you out of halftime here in Connally. The Eagles up 33-28. And it's been a back-and-forth affair. The Eagles got up to an early lead, 6-0, and then Connally's kind of fought and clawed their way back. Eagles led us by as much as 10, and the lead at halftime is just 5. Connally will start with the ball.
Georgetown played well defense. He got back to a tie there. I tell you what, Joshua Doe doing his part in the first half for the Cougars, has 15 points on the night. Fagans gives it to Doe, left wing, fakes the three off a high screen, dribbles to the right wing. Looks to dribble drive, now backs it up top. Pushes Fagans through, now gives it to Scruggs, right wing, looks for the cutter. Now Scruggs up top, left wing to Fagans, fakes the three. He'll drive into the lane, stop. Free throw line jumper up, no good. Great defense by Dupre. And Ryan gets the rebound and gives it off to Q Presley for Georgetown's first possession.
Again, Dupre's the tallest player on the court, so trying to hit a jumper like that, you need so much arc that it's going to affect your accuracy. That time way off. Excellent defense by Dupre.
Ball stripped out on the double team from Dupre. Dupre looking for the call on Anderson, as he thought he hit his arm instead of the ball, but Georgetown will inbound on the baseline. 7:20 remaining, third quarter. Q Presley to inbound, does to Hanson, right wing, fires the quick three, off the back of the rim, no good. Dupre gets the rebound as Sedgwick tipped it out. Good job by Sedgwick. Now Dupre, shake and bake, drives the baseline, ball stripped out, the foul there on Christian Sanders, and that's his fourth foul right in the start of the quarter. No, they're going to call it on Fagans. They are going to bail out Christian Sanders and call it on Fagans. So that'll be Fagans' second foul.
That's been 2 drives for Dupre in this third quarter and 2 fouls automatically on Connally. So the Eagles have clearly come out with an offensive focus.
Turnover on the Eagles there off the inbound. Hanson tried to save it. It's called out of bounds. So with 7:08 remaining here in the third quarter, Cougars will have the ball. Joshua Doe will get the inbound and bring it up for Connally. Across the midcourt stripe, picks up the dribble, right side, into the hands of Sanders. Sanders up top. Anderson around to Fagans on the left wing. Fagans to Scruggs up top. Loses it, gets it back. Looks to drive, does. Right elbow. He'll force one up, get the bucket and the foul as he hesitated and then jumped late. And Hanson unable to stop his momentum. They'll call the foul on Nick Hanson. That'll be his third, team first. And that'll send Scruggs to the free throw line for an and one. 33-30, Georgetown by 3.
I mentioned this on the other side with the Eagles, but it is so tough to hit these running shots. So to see a pure jumper like that go with contact, very impressive.
33-31, Georgetown by 2. Sedgwick right wing to Dupre, 6:35 remaining. Hanson on the baseline, up to Q Presley. He'll fake the deep three, look to drive. In and back out on the right wing. Holds it there, up top to Dupre. Dupre has Doe on him, over to Q Presley, right wing three, fired, good! Q Presley didn't hesitate that time and knocks down the three. He now has 14, and Georgetown leads by 5 again. Fagans, an NBA three-pointer, high arcing. He knocks it down. He answers with one of his own, and he has 10 in the ball game. 36-34. Hanson across, drives down, spin in the lane. Ball comes free. Sanders picks it up, ahead to Doe, travel with it, no call. Jump shot by Doe, no good. Rebound Sanders, he'll force it up over Lucas Lyle. They'll call that foul there on Lucas Lyle, and that'll send Christian Sanders to the free throw line for 2 shots. So Lucas Lyle will pick up his first personal foul. Second team foul on Georgetown. And Christian Sanders to the free throw line for the first time of the ball game. First free throw from Sanders, rattles in and out, no good. Georgetown by 2, 5:52 remaining here in the third quarter. Both leading scorers for the Cougars now in double figures after Fagans knocks down that 3. He has 10. Second free throw by Sanders is good, and the lead down to 1 for Georgetown. 36-35. Q Presley will bring it up against pressure. Here comes the double team. Q doubled, throws it ahead. Dupre, it's off his hands. Scruggs with the turnover. Ahead to Anderson. He'll go up, get the bucket. And the Cougars take their first lead, 37-36.
Georgetown needed a better play against the press. More players to come up to get the easier passes to break it.
Q down to a cutting Sedgwick. He'll go up, forced under the basket, too deep. Shot no good, rebound Anderson. Here come the Cougars. Joshua Doe to the right wing. Looks to dribble drive, backs it out, spins baseline. Lowers his shoulder, runs over Q. No foul call. And Coach Canfield out on the floor as irate. How do you not call the charge? Q Presley asking one of the officials. They're going to give the bucket to Joshua Doe and the timeout to Georgetown. Connally has taken the lead, 39-36. We'll take the timeout with them. 5:11 remaining here in the third quarter. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Back out of the timeout, Connally with their largest lead of the ball game is 3, 39-36, 5:11 left here in the third quarter. Georgetown will inbound on the Connally end of the floor. Hanson to inbound, the double team on Q Presley, finally get it into Dupre. The ball is tipped free, now a foul called there. They're going to call it on number 32. Who checked in, Christopher Gilden.
But again, to me, the Eagles aren't doing enough to break this press. They're not giving themselves enough open receivers to catch the inbounds to get out of this sticky situation. They're doubling the first man, and the other three Eagles are sitting well beyond half court. That's just a tough spot for the inbounder to make a pass.
Inbound to Q in the backcourt. 5:10 remaining here. He'll bring it up against C.J. Anderson. Double team comes across to Hanson. Hanson gets it across the timeline. Back to Presley right side. Back to Hanson left side. Hanson covered by Scruggs. Right wing to Q. 4:50 remaining. Up top to Sedgwick. Now to Hanson left wing. Nick holds there. Down low. Q Presley left block fakes. He'll turn the little jumper up. Can't get it to go. Rebound Anderson and the Cougars have it. Joshua Doe will get it and bring it up for the Cougars. Leading by 3. He'll push a man through, go left wing, into the hands of Sanders. Sanders up top, Fagans, quick fire 3. It's off the back rim, no good. Rebound by Q Presley, and there's the foul on Joshua Doe as he tried to swat it out of the hands of Q Presley. That'll be Doe's second personal foul, third team foul on the Cougars. And now here come household subs, all 5 players off the floor for the Connally Cougars. In comes Littlejohn, Dockery, Ward, Gilden, and number 15. Amari Peterson checks in for the first time. Nick Hanson will come out. Adrian Brown will come in. Davin Sedgwick will come out. Jaheim Down back on the floor for Georgetown. Inbound to Dupre. And Ryan will bring it up against Ward. Loses it. Ball free. And here comes Dockery. Ahead to Ward. Ward to the left block. Stop. Tries to go up against Dupre and throws it up, and it goes in. Outlet pass by Dupre to Jaheim Down on the breakaway. He'll stop, puts it up, can't get it to go. Lucas Lyles put back, no good. Adrian Brown gets the rebound, and he's fouled. That'll be a foul on Littlejohn. That'll be his first, team fourth, and the household subs come back on. Fresh legs here by Coach Howie. Full court pressure all the time, intensity, and we're going to swap them in and out to keep the fresh legs going.
And Connally's realized that the high tempo is affecting them in a more positive way than it's affecting the Eagles. They're getting better looks on defense and better looks on offense with a fast flow.
And they're going to call an offensive foul here on Ryan Dupre. Saying he pushed off. That'll be his first, team third.
And Canfield's probably going to get tacked up here. He's losing his mind.
The Cougars get it back.
I mean, he's going at it with the officials because I feel like a lot of the calls have been a little inconsistent. And I've always said this about officiating in every sport. You have to be consistent with the calls. Probably what Canfield's mad about.
Scruggs forces the jumper, no good. Backside rebound by Fagans. His putback, no good, but he's going to be fouled. I believe they're going to get this one on Jaheim Dowd. And they are. Jaheim Dowd called for the foul. That'll be Jaheim's first personal foul. 14th foul on Georgetown. And Fagans to the free throw line for the first time of the ball game. 3:51 remaining here, third quarter. Fagan's first free throw is good. He now has 11 in the ball game. And the lead up to 6, 42-36. That's right, I missed one there by Ward. Fagan's ready for free throw number 2. This one's up, no good. Jaheim Dowd tries to get the rebound. Gilden runs it down in the corner. He's doubled. He'll throw it out to Fagans, but they're going to call it off at Georgetown. Fagans will check out. Peterson back on, so the 5-for-5 swap continues for the Cougars.
Once again, Connolly's playing with a lot higher of energy than Georgetown right now, and it's paying off because they have smaller. They're smaller, so that the energy is allowing their speed to get around the Eagle defenders.
And turnover there, forced by Jaheim Dowd's quick hands. Knocks it off the leg of Ward, out of bounds. And the 5-man rotation back on. The starters back on. For the Cougars, Adrian Brown to inbound. In the backcourt, gets it into Q Presley, pressured by Scruggs. 3:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Q will bring it up. Scruggs all over him, no foul call. Presley backs it out near midcourt. Right side, Adrian Brown has it. He'll go up top to Lyle, back to Q on the left wing. He'll drive on Scruggs. Force one up, no foul call there. Ball tip free, Q has it. He'll back in, force one up. There's a foul call. And that'll send Q Presley to the free throw line. I think they're going to get Joshua Doe here. Nope, they're going to get C.J. Anderson. That'll be his third personal foul. Fifth team foul. 3:17 remaining in the third quarter. So Georgetown will shoot the bonus the rest of the way here in the third quarter. But Q goes on the shooting foul for the first time here in the third quarter. Knocks down that one.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Q's got the only 4 points now for the Eagles in this quarter. He had an early 3, and now these free throws, the only shots Georgetown's been able to make.
Second free throw from Q, in and out, no good. Lyle battles for the rebound, taken away by Anderson. But that's correct. Q with all 4 of the points for Georgetown. They trail by 5, 42-37. 3:05 remaining. Doe, left wing to Sanders. Up top, Anderson. Right side, Scruggs has it there. Looks for the cutter. Into the hands of Fagans. His shot forced, no good. Rebound taken away by Sanders. Out to Doe, left wing. Fires a 3. It's long, no good. Rebound on the backside. Fagans over. Dowd gets it, and his pass is out of bounds. Turnover on the Cougars. Georgetown basketball. It's one thing here. Anthony Fagans likes to fall to the floor to try to draw fouls, and he's not getting them here. And he fell to the floor there trying to force a pass. Dowd did a good job of not fouling, and Georgetown gets the turnover.
It's good collapse defense, but the Eagles have to start rebounding better on the defensive end. They're getting out-hustled right now by Connally, and it's creating second-point chance opportunities.
Q across the timeline, left side to Dowd. Down low to Dupre. He'll split the defense. Go up. Bucket and one. Ryan Dupre splits the defenders, and he'll draw the foul. They're going to whistle it on 3. That's going to be on Scruggs. That will be Scruggs' first personal foul. Dupre with a 2-point bucket and a chance at a 3-point play here. Great job there by Dupre to split the defense.
And that's exactly what I've been looking for this whole third quarter. He's the tallest player on the court right now and hasn't gotten a ton of looks inside. That's the best, cleanest look he's gotten all game. Splits 2 smaller defenders and an easy layup there even with the contact.
42-40, Connally by 2. 2:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Joshua Doe right side to Fagans. Into Sanders. He'll spin in the lane on Cooper Ray. Force it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped up into the hands of Anderson. His putback no good. Dupre with the rebound. Quickly doubled up. He's got to split it and get out, and he does. Dribbles away from it. Fagans knocks Dupre from behind. No foul call. And now the ball ahead. Drop it. C.J. Anderson blocked by Dupre. Nice block there. Scruggs on the right wing. Drives in. A little 8-foot jumper. Air ball. Dupre quickly out to Q Presley. Ahead to Dowd streaking. Dowd stripped from behind. Gets it back. Right elbow. Or block. Puts it up and in. Jaheim Dowd with his 4th point of the ball game. And ties it up 42-42. Great job by Jaheim Dowd to stay with it. He lays it up and in and ties it back at 42 apiece. 1:41 remaining here in the third quarter. Joshua Doe will walk it up for the Cougars. Middle of the floor, across the timeline. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Doe will push a man through. Goes right wing. Now down low, wide open. What a pass there from Doe to Sanders. And he gets the easy bucket. He now has 3 in the ball game. And the lead back to 2, 44-42. Dupre dribbles against Doe. Here comes the double team. Behind the back pass to Dowd in the corner. Up to Brown. Beautiful no-look pass to Cooper Ray. What a pass by Adrian Brown. And Cooper Ray gets his first bucket. 44-44.
I call that the hot potato. You barely even grip it before you toss it to the open man. Excellent job by Adrian to be the facilitator and get his teammate an open look.
Sanders will dribble in the middle lane. He's doubled up. Kicks it out. Fagan's on the right wing. 45 seconds remaining here in the quarter. 44-44. All tied up. Fagan's out towards midcourt. The Cougars reset. Right side, Scruggs. Covered by Brown. He'll back it out near midcourt. Center of the floor. 30 seconds remaining here in the corner. Into Fagans. Fagans fakes. Dribbles towards the right baseline. And a great job. Jaheim Dowd reaches in and slaps it out of bounds. So the Cougars will have to reset with 24.2 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Fagans to inbound on the baseline. Looks to get it in, throws it up to Doe, right wing, back to Fagans. Quick turnaround, pop jumper, no good. Rebound Cooper Ray, and he's fouled. From behind, that's on Christian Sanders. That's his fourth personal foul. And that should be free throws for Cooper Ray. Down to the other end, the Eagles are in the bonus.
I feel like Fagans didn't have to jumper that shot. He could have ran inside to the layup and gotten an easier look. Instead, he goes with the jumper, misses, and that foul creates, like you said, the free throw opportunities for Georgetown to take the lead at the end of the third.
So they are going to say that's the 5th foul on Sanders. They did give one to him earlier. I thought he had 4. I thought they had changed one. So Christian Sanders is out of the ball game. Cooper Ray's first free throw is no good. So it'll be interesting to see who didn't pick up the foul, because Christian Sanders is out of this ball game with 5 fouls. Finishes the night with 3 points. Second free throw, no good for Cooper Ray. Rebound by Anderson. He'll give it off to Joshua Doe. 12 seconds as he crosses midcourt, remaining here in the third quarter. 8 seconds remaining as he dribbles out towards the midcourt stripe. Looks to drive, does. Pull-up jumper, 15-footer, up, no good. Rebound by Jaheim Dowd. Gives it off to Dupre. Three-quarter court shot up, off the backboard, no good. And the third quarter comes to an end. 44-44, all square going to the fourth quarter. Eagle basketball will continue in a moment. Back for quarter number 4 we come, and it's 44-44. Georgetown outscored by 5 in the quarter, but the score tied up as the Eagles settled back in there after all that pressure. And now Georgetown starts the quarter with the ball. Q Presley has it across the timeline, right side. Anderson covers him, swing it around, down on the left wing. Dribble up top to Brown, right side to Q Presley, looking in for Dupre. Can't get it to him. Skip pass over, knocked out of bounds by Dockery. And Georgetown will have to inbound again here on the near sideline with 7:41 remaining.
If he just waited half a second longer, Dupre became open because Doe fell to the ground trying to sell a call. And so he would have had an open Dupre in the middle for an easy lay.
And now a delayed whistle on the inbound. for some moisture on the floor after Joshua Doe took a spill. So you hear all of the squeakage from the shoes mopping it up. And now Georgetown will inbound here. 7:39 remaining in the ball game. Into the backcourt to Q Presley. Q will bring it up for Georgetown. C.J. Anderson will cover him. Swing it across to Dowd, right side. Now to Brown this side. Adrian has it into the hands of Q. Q looking low. Can't get it to him as Joshua Doe is manning up against Dupre. Kick it out. Dowd, right wing. He'll fire the three. It's strong, no good. Rebound Anderson for the Cougars. 7:15 remaining. Joshua Doe will walk it across the timeline. Center of the floor. 44-44 all square here in the fourth quarter. 7 minutes left. Kick it in the corner. Dockery will drive in up top. Scruggs will force a three. Barely chips the paint. It's loose on the floor. Fagans goes and gets it. Kicks it out. Dockery. He'll drive in. Give it off to Scruggs. Kick it out. Anderson in the corner drives the baseline. Goes to Fagans. Fagans lays it up and in. Nice pass. And Fagans knocks down the shot. He now has 13. 46-44, the Cougars lead. Adrian Brown's pass tipped and stolen by Scruggs. Gives it off. Doe has it with 6:35 remaining in the ball game. Cougars by 2, 46-44 as Doe walks it across the timeline. Joshua Doe takes his time here, near side. Now we'll dribble down towards the wing with 6:15 remaining in the ball game. Skip pass over to Fagan's left wing. Fakes the three. Drives down to the baseline. Looks to drive. All the way does. Drops it down low to Dockery. Loses it. Gets it back. Ball stripped free from behind. Jaheim Dowd. Another great defensive play. He'll go all the way and tries to lay it up and in. But Scruggs reaches in and grabs his arm. And that'll be a foul on Scruggs. That'll be his second. First team foul on the Cougars. And that'll send Jaheim Dowd to the free throw line. Jaheim Dowd's defense tonight has been great.
And for Connally, that's a foul you have to live with because otherwise Jaheim's got an open look for a lay and a potential tied game. But like you just said, Jaheim Dowd, he plays DB on the football team. He's used to this. His steals have been on point today. His defense on point, making the offensive life really difficult for the Connally Cougars.
And he obviously banks at a nice bank because it's still open here. He banks in the first free throw. He's got 5 in the ball game. The lead cut to 1. Second free throw from Dowd. Good as well. This one is swish, so just showing his different skill set as he ties it up at 46 apiece. Sedgwick, Lyles, and Hanson back on the floor to join Dupre and Q Presley. 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. Tied up again, 46-46. Doe, left wing to Fagans for the Cougars. Looks at the cutter, holds on to it. Now up top to Dockery. Dockery, left wing to Anderson. He'll quick fire a flat-footed three. It's no good. Rebound Nick Hanson for Georgetown. Hanson will give it off to Q, and Q will bring it across the timeline. Near side for the Eagles, down to the left wing. Q will back it out and reset. Looks for a high screen. Now dribbles up top. Now Q will drive on Anderson. Up and around Doe. Forces it up, but can't get it to go. He's fouled. Q Presley back to the free throw line. The foul called on C.J. Anderson. That'll be his 4th personal foul. Second team foul on the Cougars.
And those are always the takes that are 50-50 because if you don't get a call, it's not a good idea. But if you do get a call, it works in your benefit because there's 3 Cougars all around you, probably an open guy you could kick to. It pays off here with the free throw opportunities, and Q is an excellent shooter, so he knocks the first down. But that's always something, as a coach, you have to look at, okay, you got around him, now look for the pass rather than the shot because if it gets blocked, if you don't get the foul called, it's not a great look for the offense.
Second free throw, in and out and around, no good. But Fagans tried to save it in bounds, but he stepped on the inline, so Georgetown will get it right back. They have a 1-point lead, but Coach Canfield wants to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll take it with them. 5:28 remaining here in the ball game. Georgetown leads it 47-46. Eagle basketball presented by Mackay Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Mackay Ford Lincoln of Georgetown returns in just a moment. Out of the 30-second timeout. Georgetown to inbound on their own baseline. Q set to inbound. Gets it into Sedgwick. Up top, Hanson. Swing it all the way around. Dupre has it on the right wing. Looks to dribble drive. Behind the back dribble. Loses it into the hands of Scruggs. Here come the Cougars with 5:15 remaining. Scruggs across the timeline. Goes left side. Doe has it on the wing. Looks for a cutter now. He'll dribble up top and reset. Q on him. Goes right wing to Fagans. Fagans holds. Dupre covers him. He'll back it out with 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Fagans looks to dribble drive to the free throw line. Loses it. Ball loose on the floor. Hansen had it, but it's knocked out of bounds off of Dockery. Georgetown basketball. So Georgetown, good defense there. Force the turnover and get the ball back. 4:53 remaining and a 1-point lead.
With how well the defenses are playing right now, a couple shots in a row could quickly make this lead insurmountable. There's still a lot of time left, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. But still, these defenses are on point. A lot of turnovers, a lot of tough shots.
Hansen gets it back from Presley. He'll slow it down with 4:35 remaining. Right wing to Sedgwick. Over to Q. Presley in the baseline. Q will dribble up towards the wing. The reach in by Scruggs will knock it out of bounds. Georgetown will inbound in front of their own bench. With 4:29 remaining. Ryan Dupre will inbound for the Eagles. He'll throw it into the backcourt, and Q will go get it. Georgetown with the 1-point lead, 47-46. Q across the timeline, right wing to Dupre. He'll dribble the baseline, cut off, skip pass over, Hansen wide open, left baseline three, up, can't get it to go. Sedgwick, the backside rebound, kicks it out. Dupre, right wing three, high arcing, up, good! Ryan Dupre now with 14 in the ball game, knocks it down, and Georgetown leads by 4. Quick timeout by Coach Canfield. We'll take it with him. 4:10 remaining. Georgetown leads it. Eagle basketball returns in a moment. Back out of the timeout. Georgetown has the 4-point lead, 50-46, 4:10 remaining. As Scruggs will bring it up for the Cougars now. Out of the timeout by Coach Canfield. Scruggs across the timeline. Hansen guards him. He'll go right side to Fagans. Fagans on the right wing will back it out, spin out, reset with 3:55 remaining. Now gives it off to Doe. Joshua Doe runs the offense here. 3:45 remaining in the ball game. Off to Scruggs' right side. Scruggs looks, trying to get it in. Now goes to Dockery in the corner. Dockery dribbles in, picks up the dribble. Pressure being applied, kicks it out to Scruggs. Reset for the Cougars. 3.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. 50-46.
Using a lot of time on this possession.
Fagans has it left wing, down left baseline. Gilden fires a corner three, and he knocks it down. Little used and little shots taken by Gilden, and he knocks down the three ball for his first points of the ball game, and it's 50-49. Skip pass from Q. Presley. Off the mark, stolen by Doe. Gives it off to Dockery. He'll go up. Dockery gets the bucket and one. They'll call the block on Q. Presley. And now the Cougars take the lead and can expand to a 2-point lead if they can make the free throw. Dockery took it all the way, drew the contact, and got the bucket. 51-50. Cougars lead it. Presley picks up his second personal foul. First team foul on Georgetown here in the fourth quarter. 3:06 remaining.
How quickly things can change, how quickly defense can turn into offense. An errant pass, a steal 2-on-1 opportunity is no bueno for the defense. A good pass sets up the and-one opportunity here.
Dockery's free throw up, no good. Rebound, tip free, into the corner. Gilden up to Scruggs. He'll reset to Doe, but a timeout by Coach John Howie with 3:01 remaining in the ball game. 51-50. Georgetown trails by 1. Georgetown Eagle basketball continues in a moment. back out of the timeout. Connally 6 of 16 from behind the arc here at the ball game, just over 33% after Gilden knocks down that corner three. And that's one thing you can't let him do, as he only averages 1.9 points a game. He doesn't play a lot, the sophomore, but you left him wide open in the corner, and he did not hesitate to shoot the three. He knocks it down, and then Dockery knocks down the bucket, can't get the free throw to go. And so now the Cougars got the rebound. They call the timeout, and they'll inbound with 3:01 remaining in a 1-point lead. On the floor for Georgetown is the 5 starters. The inbound pass to Fagans on the left wing. As Doe got his feet tangled coming through the pile, and the masses to get the inbound. Doe out near midcourt, covered by Q Presley. Dribbles to the right wing, all the way in. The runner up, and he gets it to go. Doe now with 19 in the ball game, and the lead up to 3, 53-50. 2:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
The help defense by Nick was a little late there to getting to the cup, and so that layup becomes a lot easier when the help defense you're expecting never shows up.
Q Presley gets the pass to the right wing. He's wide open. The three no good. Rebound tipped out by Lyle, but taken down by Scruggs. Scruggs dribbles but spins, and they're going to call a foul here to foul out Scruggs, who went to the floor. Couldn't handle the dribble. They're going to call it on Q Presley. That'll be Q's third personal foul, second team foul. So the Cougars will inbound. Davin Sedgwick will come out. Jaheim Dowd back in for Georgetown. The Cougars will inbound.
It's
No,
absolutely imperative that the Eagles keep this a one-possession game. 2.5 minutes still to play, but Connolly's defense is really playing well. You do not want to fall behind multiple scores.
Fagans has it out near midcourt. Will give it off to Joshua Doe with 2:15 remaining here in the ball game. 53-50, Connally by 3. Doe out near midcourt. Q Presley covers him. He dribbles to the right wing, picks up the dribble. Backdoor cut to Dockery. Beats gets around his man and lays it up and in. Dockery with 4 big points here in the quarter, and the lead up to 5. 55-50. Georgetown across the timeline. 1:50 remaining in the ball game. Q covered by Scruggs. Picks up the dribble, top of the key. Tries to go in, does to Lyle. Left block, stop. Splits the double team. His kick out pass is tracked down by Dupre, but his pass to save it in bounds is stolen by Scruggs. Layup for Scruggs. He now has 7, and the lead is 7. 57-50. Connally leads it with 1:35 remaining. We'll keep it here. It's a full timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. 1:35. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Here at Connally High School, 1 minute, 35 seconds remaining in the ball game. Georgetown finds himself down by 7, 57-50. Nick Hansen set to inbound. Joined on the floor by Lucas Lyle, Ryan Dupre, Q Presley, and Jaheim Dowd. Fagans, Dockery, Anderson, Scruggs, and Doe on the floor for the Cougars. Q across the timeline. Goes to the right wing, backdoor cut to Dupre, right block, goes up and around, gets the layup. Inbound quickly. Doe has it. He'll push it up. Here comes the double team. Ahead, Fagans. Backdoor cut. Scruggs wide open, and he lays it up and in. 59-52, 1:10 remaining.
The Eagles have to play aggressive, so they're going to give up those plays to try to create turnovers, but that response to tie the score back at 7 might be the dagger.
Dowd spins in. The ball stolen by Scruggs, and here come the Cougars. Scruggs ahead, right wing, kick it out. Doe has it, back to Scruggs. Scruggs, ball knocked free. He's on the floor, should be a travel. Dowd jumps over him to get the ball. And they're going to call the foul on Jaheim Dowd. It should have been a travel when Scruggs went to the floor. They're going to bail him out with a foul call on Jaheim Dowd. Travel came before the foul. But Dowd gets called for the foul. That's the third team foul. Jaheim's second personal. 47.29 seconds remaining. Connally to inbound. Fagans to inbound for the Cougars. Fagans into Doe. Doe dribbles into a double team, tries to get out of it. And a foul called here. They're going to call it on Ryan Dupre. Be the 14th foul, second foul on Dupre. And now here comes in Adrian Brown. He'll check in for Lucas Lyle to get another guard on the floor. Fagans to inbound. He'll look, and wide open underneath. C.J. Anderson gets the pass and lays it up and in. He snuck off, and no one picked him up. 61-52, a 9-point lead. Q over to Hanson, left wing three. It's up, in and out, no good. Dowd the rebound, but it's stripped free by Anderson and out of bounds off the Cougars. 29.8 seconds remaining. Lyle will check back in here for Brown. The Eagles down. Got to get shots up quickly and get the fouls and play the shot-to-foul timeout game. Hanson to inbound. Q Presley gets the inbound, fires the three. It's short. Lyle had the rebound tipped out from behind him by C.J. Anderson. And the Eagles will inbound again. 25.6 seconds left.
This has got to be your best three-point play for your best three-point shooter here. You need the threes to try to create this, make this a game again.
Into Dupre in the middle of the lane. He'll put it up and in on the quick bucket. Inbound, and now Scruggs will be fouled. 61-54. Scruggs will head to the other end for the free throw. There's the foul called there on Jaheim Dowd. That'll be his third. And now in the bonus, Scruggs will walk the other way to shoot two for the Cougars.
And the problem is with Georgetown only scoring two on that possession, two free throws, and Georgetown's made no progress, and 5 seconds have come off the clock. It would already be a very tough challenge to come back in this game, but that's why you kind of have to lean on the three ball more than the two, because now you're just hoping, praying for a miss.
Scruggs 3 for 3 from the free throw line in the ball game. Coming into this one, he misses this one off the back iron, and now the Cougars will come down and join in the lane to try to get a rebound on a missed free throw to end this one. 16.96 seconds remaining. If it stays the same, Georgetown will fall to 3-2 in district and break their 7-game winning streak. Free throw from Scruggs is good. Inbound, Q across the timeline. Kicks it left wing, pass stolen by Scruggs. Scruggs will drive down and then back it out, dribble out. Outside, and he'll dribble out the last few seconds, and Georgetown will fall. 62-54, Georgetown will fall to the Connally Cougars. Georgetown falls to 18-9 on the year, 3-2 in district play. The Connally Cougars improved to 19-9 on the year, 3-2 in district play. So these two teams now tied in the second position, depending on what else happened across the district, as Hendrickson was playing tonight as well against Elgin. If they win, they'll be at 4-2 and jump to second place. And then Georgetown and Connally will be tied for third place in the district. But a tough loss here on the road, back and forth to win. Georgetown with the lead to begin, but then a great effort there in the third quarter by the Connally Cougars to bring it back to a tie at the end of 3. And then the pressure just too much for Georgetown tonight, and the Cougars come away with the big win.
Yeah, we were mentioned it off air that Connally in this entire second half was playing the game they wanted to play. High energy, high tempo, use the smaller builds of their players to work around and work through the Eagles, whereas the Eagles kind of their biggest advantage was inside. Dupre with some layups. He got great opportunities, but didn't get a lot of looks towards the end of that second half, and ultimately that played right into Connally's hands. Turnovers turned into points for Connally, and quickly they built that lead in that fourth quarter.
Georgetown falls to 3-2 in district. The next action for Georgetown will be Friday night, and it's a big one. Back home at Georgetown to take on the district-leading Eastview Patriots. Going into the night, they were 4-0, alone in first place of the district, and it'll be at Georgetown on Friday night. The interesting deal is it's the double-header night. Georgetown girls will play the Eastview Lady Patriots in the first game. It's slated 6:30, 7 o'clock start. Then the Georgetown boys will be right after the Lady Eagles game against the Lady Patriots to take on the Eastview Patriots. Tonight's final numbers, we'll look at them real quick. Connally High School shot 53% from two-point range. Overall, shot 46% of the night, but finished the night with 33 rebounds on 10 turnovers. Georgetown finishes the night with 22 rebounds on 15 turnovers, shot 47% from the field, but behind the arc. An off night for Georgetown, 5 of 19 from behind the arc when you needed those three-point plays. Just not getting into a rhythm and knocking down a lot of those shots tonight. That would have been helpful. But the 15 turnovers, but being out-rebounded. 33-22 was a big night, a big difference there. They gave a lot of opportunities for this Cougar team.
And something that probably wasn't emphasized quite enough, that Georgetown was the bigger team coming into this game, but Connally played with more energy. And that energy was allowing them to get the rebounds off their own missed free throws, to essentially steal a possession like that by getting the bonus points with the free throws, and then another opportunity to score. And that stacks up over time. Over the course of 4 quarters, that will amount to a lead. You saw that there with the clutch plays Connally continued to make, the clutch turnovers, steals, and then transition buckets, and that ultimately built the lead.
62-54, your Georgetown Eagles lose to the Connally Cougars here at Connally High School. They'll be back home at the friendly confines of the Eagles' Nest on Friday night to take on the ECU Patriots. Come join us live there at Georgetown High School. If you can't, join us live here on the SHN Sports Network. First Responder Broadcasting brings you all things Georgetown sports. Georgetown boys basketball is brought to you by Matt Kike, Ford Lincoln of Georgetown, and Matt Kike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the only dealership that touches my wife's Jeep Wrangler and her prized possession, her lovely Jeep, is Kevin Dupre, the service manager, and his staff there at Matt Kike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Go out and support our local dealerships that bring you all of Georgetown Eagle boys basketball season free of charge here on the SHN Sports Network. For Holden Tuma, for Jerry and Armin, I'm Wally Harmon. Thanks for joining us tonight live here on the SHN Sports Network. Your Eagles fall 62-54. Have a good night. And remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.